So, in the work of growing a dental practice, I think a natural tendency for us is to try a lot of things, to see what works, to see what doesn't. And I want to emphasize the fact that while it's great to try a lot of things, staying in that position is going to be harmful because the process of trying out different things, the purpose of that is for exploration and to find what works. And if we end up finding what works and finding what doesn't work, we have to take action on that and do something about it. And too many times I see people who are doing a lot of things that don't lead to actual patient traction, which is getting people in the door, getting them to become patients of yours. So when we do these activities that don't lead to that end result that we're looking for in the first place, what ends up happening is that we end up spending valuable resources, namely time, money, and effort, into things that aren't helping our cause, aren't the things that aren't actually getting us closer to our goals. So while it's important to figure out what are the things that works and what are the things that don't work, we have to then eliminate the things that don't work. I made a video in the past about the idea of cleaning up as you go, to do the work of figuring out things that work and cleaning up the things that don't work. So there is a three-step approach to accomplishing this. And step one is literally to eliminate things. What are the things that you figured out that just doesn't work, that you've committed a lot of time and energy already into, and it's not helping? For those things, we should eliminate. Even things that don't bring value to the patients you seek to serve. If it's not bringing value, why are we doing it? Because it's probably just adding on costs. It's adding on the amount of time we have to spend, the money we have to spend, or the effort that we have to spend. So eliminate those things. Let's say there's something where it is bringing value and it's a bit marginal, or it's bringing a lot of value. Is there a way that we can do step two, which is to automate it? Can we find a new technology that we haven't been aware of that is now capable of automating this stuff without reducing the actual value it brings to the person you want to give it to? Some things, if automated, lose their value. A personal letter, a handwritten letter, loses value when you send it and it's visibly in an auto pen or it's printed out, right? The value of having a human on the other side of that letter sit down and spend their time can be something valuable, not necessarily valuable to the people you seek to serve, but just as an example. And finally, the third step is going to be, if we can't eliminate it because it's necessary, and if we can't automate it because there's no technology for it, or automation destroys the value of the thing the original thing, then the last step is delegation. Then can we have someone else do it? Too often we jump to delegation. We want to hold on to the things that we're doing that isn't necessarily effective just in case. And so we end up delegating a lot of things. But the problem is what that causes downstream. The things that your team has to do, the opportunity costs of what they could be focusing on, what they could be spending their time and energy on, and also the morale issues that come from, if you have a smarter team, like if you have a team who is out there innovating, they're leaders in their own right, they're looking to make an impact on their own, and you're starting to give them and delegating tasks that they see too isn't purposeful, there is no value at the end of the line, and you start delegating that kind of work to them, it can be very demoralizing. So that is another reason why we shouldn't rush to delegation, and instead we should seek to eliminate or automate first. Another reason automation is so important is that if you're a tech-savvy team, or let's say a team that is aware of how to do things better in a way that increases efficiency for them so that they can work on more important stuff, they see an opportunity for automation, but you don't allow it, then that's another big issue for morale and many other things. All right. So one of the best ways and then all the resources that you get the freed up time, the freed up money, the freed up effort and attention that you can give now, you can redirect those to the things that do work, to amplify what was already working. And so with this approach, the best way to actually grow and go forward is to actually eliminate a lot of things that just aren't working, that's sucking up a lot of time, energy, and resources. All right. So what are those things for you? What's something that isn't pushing the needle forward that you've been maybe putting a lot of sunk cost already into that you feel like you have to hold on to? And can you eliminate those things? What are the different things that your team does or that you do yourself? Is it automatable? Is there an automation that's come up with the huge increases in technologies in the last couple of years? And can you leverage those? Can you let those automations free up time without decreasing value to the end user? Can you let it free up your resources, your time and money and energy, so that you can focus those things on the things that you know are working best and are actually helping you achieve the goals you want to achieve, right? So eliminate, automate, delegate, and then delegate is very important. That's going to be one of the most powerful things you can do to actually achieve your goal, because otherwise you're going to be held down by a lot of baggage, a lot of sunk costs, a lot of inefficiencies. And just as a last quick note, this is the approach that most major companies make, an approach that most what we would consider effective or let's say successful leaders take. And this is something that I think would benefit you a lot to take as well. All right. So thanks for watching. Hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.